What's up everyone, ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Wendigo Bath Wave figure. This is Guardian, aka Weapon Alpha, aka Vindicator, aka Major Maple Leaf. More, I like to think of him as just Guardian. I also like to think of his wife as Vindicator, since she took the moniker of Vindicator after him. Never really was cared for the name Vindicator for him. I just look at him and I think of Guardian, you know. So, but anyway, this is Guardian. He's pretty basic figure as far as you know what he comes with. It's essentially just the figure. What you're seeing right here is what you get. As far as you don't get any accessories, real accessories. I mean, you get bath pieces, but those aren't really accessories. That's the Build-A-Figure. So, I don't know. There's always one figure in every Marvel Legends wave that gets kind of shorted on a lot of, I want to say, funding or money, as far as putting that funding or money into the figure. And this has got to be that one. In the prototype photos, you saw his reds being a little bit more of a darker red metallic, which would have, I really think, helped the pearlescent white pop. But as you can see here, it's a lot lighter of a red. It's like they put too much money into the rest of the wave, including the Build-A-Figure. And this is my major issue I have with Build-A-Figures, is that they take away from the rest of the figures' quality, as far as quality control goes, and as far as the funding for the rest of the figures. I feel like just, I don't know. And I've been saying this for years, and I know people will have difference of opinion. It's what I've been saying, though. Build-A-Figure should just be, deluxe figures, and put more of that money into the figures in the wave, the actual wave, as far as the regular figures that you're picking up. Like this character could have used those paint apps and some energy effects or some energy hands, but he doesn't come with anything, and he doesn't come with very good paint apps. It's very inconsistent. He's got more of a flat red on his chest, and then if you guys can see his arms right here, it's a little bit of that kind of darker red, and then this chest is a little bit of a lighter red. So it's not very consistent as far as that goes. That darker red, which was in the prototype, would have been much better than this red. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and nitpick the shit out of the figure, because I think it's a decent figure. It's obviously probably everyone's least favorite in the wave. I'm just happy that we got another Alpha Flight character, because we get one every other year, or if that. Before Sasquatch, I think, what was it? We only got Puck, and he was a Build-A-Figure, for God's sake. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to bring those characters in here as well. The figure's pretty basic. I believe this is on the Spider-Man, a Cosmic Spider-Man body. I feel like this body could really have, used some butterfly joints here, as far as that's concerned. It is on a little bit of a larger body than the Bucky Cat body. We'll get into that in size comparisons, but he's pretty basic. He doesn't do too much as far as articulation does go. His head can swivel. His head can look really far back, so you can really get him some good flight poses. That's what you need him for. His head can look down. He can tilt side to side. And you've got some jive turkeys up in here. So really good jive turkeys. Really good range of motion in the head. Really feeling that. The arms that's about max for the arms, going up and down. Full 360 rotation in the arm. It does have a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, which this one's kind of loose right here, as far as this joint hinging right there. A little bit loose, not the end of the world, just pointing it out. Swivel there in the wrist, hinge joint, which you get a pretty good range of motion in the wrist as far as these fists go. So nicely done there. Ab crunch crunches all the way forward, back. There's no gapping issue as far as the paint, so that's good. And that's what the back looks like. I guess you can see a little bit of gapping there, but I'm also pushing it a little bit further than it needs to go. He does have a waist twist. He can do the splits about that far, which is actually kind of pathetic, but just pointing it out. Upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee, which, there you go, that's maxed. He does have a boot cut, hinge joint which goes forward, points to toe, and ankle pivot, and 2 peg holes. As far as comparisons go with his previous release, give and take, I mean, I definitely think that the newer one is a step up from this old one with old, chunky butterfly joints that stick out like crazy, and wide jointed hips, which I loathe with a passion. I loathe them. Kind of a odd structured body as far as the chest having to poke out to get him in the proper stance. Kind of crappy ankles and pancake hands. So not a big fan of this, but this is what we've had for the longest time. So there's your little comparison between the two. Obviously the metallics even on him are very inconsistent. He's got like flat red on this leg, and then he's got metallic on his thigh joint, and then metallic on his arms, and then metallic over here. It's just very odd that they was flat red on his foot and his leg, and then the rest of him is kind of a metallic red. Not making too much sense there. So I don't know. As far as this goes, I would say get rid of this and get that. But even then, still, he's still missing the paint apps that I feel like he should have. Okay, and going tallest to shortest here, this is the Build-A-Figure Sasquatch right here, Sassafras. And then we've got Guardian, and then we've got Puck on the smallest body possible. I think he's even smaller than Hit Monkey. So I think he's actually the smallest Build-A-Figure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he is. But anyway, there you go with what we have so far of the Alpha Flight team. Hopefully we get the rest of the team down the road. Looking for the twins to be next, hopefully, maybe a 2-pack. I don't know, just throwing that out there. Okay, and just to give you a little bit more of an idea of some other size comparisons, here he is against the Bucky Cap body mold, and that's literally Bucky Cap right there, so you have a little size comparison with that. Okay, next up we've got Sabretooth, which is on the Hyperion body mold, so you have your size comparison with that. Okay, and last up we've got Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Just a little size comparison there. It would be fitting to have him in here, seeing as Alpha Flight is pretty much like the love-struck stalker ex-girlfriend that won't leave poor Wolverine alone. Come back to me, Wolverine. Come back to us. You're meant to be with us. And he's like, no, just leave me alone. Overall, I'd say that he's a decent enough figure. I think as far as comparing to his previous figure, I think he's a home run as far as that's concerned. But like I said, he might be on the bottom of your list. If you are an Alpha Flight fan, this might be on the top of your list. I'm pleased to have him. I think it's a needed update. There's a couple quality control issues with some of the reds on the legs. Also, there's a little bit of spackle on his chest right there as far as differentiation from the red. There's still, it still leaves you wanting. I can't believe that he doesn't come with any energy blasting effects, seeing as that's what he uses. I get they couldn't go for that whole body shield effect. That would probably be very cumbersome in the packaging. It would take up a lot of room, seeing as he does come with the tail and the torso bath pieces from Wendigo. But at least some new energy blasting effects is something that we need, especially for our cosmic characters as well, and some of the other X-Men that we're now getting. They need to start giving us some more cosmic blasts or energy blasting effects that can go like over the hands. I have seen a couple other collectors. I don't remember specifically who posted about this. I think it was Manny87. If you guys check him out on YouTube, he's a pretty good reviewer. But he actually took the hands off of his Iron Fist and popped those onto his Guardian, as in him using those to give the illusion, of an energy blasting effect. So you could go that route as well. Overall, he's just kind of a figure that doesn't come with anything except for bath pieces, which is unfortunate. It is a key player to your Alpha Flight, so you'll need to pick him up for that sake. But other than that, there's nothing really too special here. I do like the pearlescent white. The reds are very inconsistent, like I pointed out. The articulation's pretty good. I really like the almost lime green eyes that he has. It's pretty well done as far as that's concerned. So he's kind of maybe more of the meh figure. You might pass on him. If you don't want the figure, I would say just outsource the bath parts for Wendigo, if that's what you want to go for. But other than that, I would give him, as far as thumbs up, I'd probably give him a 1 thumb up and say, if you don't care about Alpha Flight, then pass on him. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.